Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're out here working on the lathe again, and this is going to be a just kind of a short how-to video. If you have one of these import lathes and you're having trouble with the carriage, with play in the carriage, we're going to try to tighten that up today. So come along, watch, and hopefully this helps you out. Alright, so I didn't know this, so I was just kind of messing around. And I found these little pieces down here is what creates tension between your bed ways and your carriage. So if you look on mine, especially on this side, I'm try to get in here and zoom in on it right here. There's quite a bit of, well, I can't do it now. My fingers are in the way. I don't know if that's picking up on camera, but there's quite a bit of play right there. So what we got to do is we got to get under here. All right, we get up under here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this on camera or not, but there's some screws on the, there they are. That's one of them right there. We got to tighten these up to try to get this carriage tightened up, because if you look, there's a lot of play in that carriage. So that's where we're going to start and see if that helps. This right here is the carriage lock, and this over here is like the, I'm gonna call it a gib. I don't think that's the right word for it, but that's kind of like the gib adjustment for the carriage itself. So that's what we're going to be doing. So hopefully this will help you out. If you have one of these, you just bought one and you're like me and you know absolutely nothing about it, this will help you get it kind of tuned in. Alrighty, let me get some Allen wrenches and we'll get started. Alright, so here's the opposite side. It's a little easier to get to, and you can see there's 3 screws. That one right there looks completely loose to me. You can see just how loose it is. It kind of moves around, and that's where our carriage play is coming from. So from the top side, this is where we're adjusting, is right here, but from underneath. So that's what you're looking for. And then there's another one on this side, but it's a little harder to get to, so we're going to start over there. Alrighty, so this is before adjustment. You can hear all that play. I don't know if you can see it, but you can most definitely hear it. Yeah, you can see it right there. Alrighty, so I was not able to get to this front side with the controls here installed, so I took out these 2 bolts and just slid everything down here so I can get to it. And right here's the 3 bolts you're adjusting for the front side, and they're the same 3 bolts on the back side. The back side's easy to get to, the front side not so much. So now I got everything tightened down, and it's kind of, the carriage is just kind of locked in place. It's too tight. So I'm gonna go through and just slowly loosen each screw until I get good movement without any play. So that's where we're at. You can see it's kind of locked in, but there's no play, so that's good. That's so now we're just gonna start loosening. I'm probably gonna start at the corners and just kind of work my way until I can get it even with no play. Alrighty, so I got everything tightened up. I just went through and adjusted all the screws. I actually took it completely off and cleaned everything up. There were some machining chips and stuff from where it was machined inside of the ways here. So I just went ahead and took it apart and cleaned it up. And I oiled the bed real good and got it put back together and just slowly adjusted the screws until it moved. And as you can see now, there's no play in it. All that clicking, clacking is gone, and it moves. It's a little tighter than it was to move, but it moves free, and all that clunking is gone, so it's a lot more sturdy than what it was. I had to readjust my half nut because where I took this piece off, but it's all adjusted back to where it should be. So I'm gonna get everything set back up, and we'll try to run it, make sure the half nut engages, make sure everything moves the way it should. Alrighty, I'm back. So I got everything set up. I just got a bolt in there that I was turning on, just playing around with. So we're gonna try out the new adjustments we made. I'm just gonna touch off right here, and then I'll turn the carriage by hand a little bit, and then we'll try out the half nut too. Alrighty, let me get this thing where I need it to be. So we're just gonna touch off about right here. Alright, let's turn it on. Alright, I'm gonna take it in a little deeper, and we'll try the auto feed. Alrighty, so I got way too much stick out here, so there is a little flex in it, but it cut pretty good like that. This is a lot more rigid than what it was before. The when I'm feeding it by hand, it's hard to keep it steady enough to where it'll cut straight, or not straight, but concentric, I guess is the word. But when I use the auto feed, it cuts really nice. When I try to do it by hand, it's like it jumps forward and it skips. It's almost like it's threading. So I'll have to figure that out. I was playing around with the compound, and I can actually feed it a lot smoother than I can the carriage. So maybe when I'm by hand, that might be a better way of doing it. But it most definitely would help if I didn't have so much stick out. And it's a really thin part, so maybe something bigger would help. But that's going to wrap this one up. I just want to make a quick video on how to tighten up this carriage. And if you got one of these lathes and your carriage is sloppy and clanking, that's where to start. It's not 100% dialed in yet. I'm still toying with it, but it's a big improvement of what it was when I got it. It was really, really loose and wobbly, and you could actually see the carriage move whenever I would start cutting. So it's a big improvement. Alrighty, I hope this helped you. Thank you for watching. See you next time.